Intro coming.
HOLDENS. Horses.
Evening, all that. Now, let me just say that our intro is the same company that does the stalls from the other night at Chelmsford. So we froze. As we were starting, we froze. So you got to see us before. I was really excited. It is HHV, the judge. I'm Simon Holden, the Sheriff of Tippingham. And this is the judge. How are you doing, Judge?
Yeah, fine, mate. Just thawed out, so I'm fine, thank you.
The judge has had a wall of death journey home, but he's made it.
Yeah, I made it.
He has made it. Now, let's not kid ourselves. Tonight, we are not doing the most glamorous race we've ever done. But every race has got to have a winner. And if we get the winner of this, it'll be fine. Now, Ascot's off. Utox is off. Blah, blah, blah is off. As it stands, we have Leafy Lingfield who inspect in the morning and Chelmsford, they of the frozen starting stalls. Now, they will inspect. We are going to go to Chelmsford, and I'll tell you why. If you're in my services, if you're in Judge's service, you will have some tasty bets at Lingfield tomorrow. So please look in those morning emails. You're going to have some big, big Lingfield bets. Winter Derby trial. There's all sorts going on there, some good races. I know I've got some big bets. I'm sure the Judge will. But we're going to go to Chelmsford. It is the 4:15. 8 go to post, we hope. It's a Class 6 5 furlong sprint. Let me whiz through the prices before I come to the Judge. Mimazet, ridden by David Probert, is the current favourite, best price 3-1. We then got Embler, last time out winner, he's 7-2. Man on a mission, the Judge is always on a mission, 7-2. Best price. So we've got a very tight top three in the market. We then drop to Memo, which is 9-2. Mr. Funky Monkey, the greatest name that's going to be racing tomorrow or any Saturday. 6-1 best price, but there's money for this one's being gambled. Janart, also know very well, on a real run of bad form. He comes in at 11-1. We've got Bailey's Bling, 28, and then the outsider a lot, Swooper at 80-1. Now, Judge, you're pretty sweet on one here, aren't you, mate? Now,
I am very sweet on one
here. We won't go through them all because we'll spare people that. So you tell me what you bet and why you're so sweet on this one.
I'm really, well, the Judge is on a mission for Man on a mission. I'm really sweet on this. I thought it ran a good race in the week. It was taken on a really well handicapped horse, a horse called Higher Mate, who won very well at Southwell in the week. And this horse came second. Well. Yeah, it did. And also, that interestingly, that stable's in great form. The Bowring stable had a winner today. But it's more the case of that was a good run, and it's had a recent run. You know, some of these little stables, they might not have been able to get their horses out to work them the last couple of weeks because of the frozen ground. I like the fact that a recent run is always quite important. And this horse also has got course form, and I really like the fact you've got course form back here at Chelmsford. It was 10-11 to beat 3 of these other runners on its last visit here in the fog, a bit like Kempton. And it reared as it come out the stalls and lost, obviously, its chance at that particular stage. It was 10-11 favourite to beat Embler, Mr. Funky Monkey and Swooper. And interestingly, Embler and Mr. Funky Monkey were both 14-1 for that race. And Man on the Mission was 10-11 favourite. And yet Embler was favourite when I first looked at this. And I still think 7-2, there's loads of juice in this price. I'll be surprised if this doesn't go off 2-1 favourite. I really think it's a great bet tomorrow. So I'm going all in a bit early with Man on a Mission. I think he's excellent value at 7-2.
Judge is on a mission, ladies and gentlemen. Man on a Mission, Luke Morris. Do you want to tell everybody who trains Man on a Mission, Judge?
Yes, it's Mr. P.
Yeah. One of the great training combos, isn't it, of all time? Who trains this?
Charalambus, isn't it, or something like that?
Yeah. And Reese Clutterbuck.
And Reese Clutterbuck, of course, yes.
Yeah. Sound like a name of extremely dodgy solicitors, yeah.
Very much so.
Easy for you to say. Yeah, well, I mean, you cannot deny the horses bang there. I mean, Luke Morris, the old,
he loves it around in all weather tracks, mate. He's the kiddie.
He certainly does. And Higher Mate certainly boosted that form. Give it a real Cadbury's booster. Still 3, bit of improvement in it. Off 53, I cannot argue with that. Now, Judge, everything's got a price.
Yes.
Everything's value. I am going for my. We've been doing this show for what seems like 25 years. It's probably just over one. They say the people who watch it, they won't believe it's only been a year, but I tell you what, it has. But I'm going for my biggest price ever. I'm going for number 8, the outside of the lot. Not just the outside of the lot, the outside of the lot by a mile. It is Swooper, available at 80 to 1. Let's get the old Holden Sources army on that. You can get your 80s with Sky Bet, Paddy Power, Bet and Bet Victor, and those rascals at QuinBet. Now, why the Swooper? Very simply because I think he's the forgotten horse of the race. You have raised a form line, Judge, in your
Analysis.
in your review of the race.
Yeah.
And I just was looking at this race this afternoon, in between thinking, why are they calling everything off? And I just kept coming back to this one horse, Swooper. Now, he has won over course and distance. You have to go quite back a little bit, but he has won over course and distance. It was the 18th of February, 2021, a long time ago. He was trained by Robert Powell then. He won very, very cozily over this distance off a mark of 52. And he beat a horse called Memo, Mehmo. Now we look at tomorrow's field and we see number 3, Memo. He's 4 to 1. Now, Swooper's beaten him off a much higher weight. But let's bring it forward. Let's go to your selection, Man on a Mission. And let's go to the last time out run.
Yep.
Now, where are we?
It was over course and distance.
Course and distance. I'm looking at the last time your horse run, when I should be looking at Chelmsford. Yes, sorry, ignore me. I'll go away. Now, Miss Belladonna won the race. Embla was in 3rd. He reopposes. Mr. Funky Monkey was in 4th. He reopposes. Man on a Mission, who was 10 to 11 favourite, was in 5th. And they're in 6th. Would you believe it, Judge? It was Swooper. Now, let's look at these sort of price differentials now for those two. You've got Embla. At 4 to 1. You've got Memo, we've already beaten at 9 to 2. Course and distance, we're better off at the weight.
Yeah.
Mr. Funky Monkey, 6 to 1 with Bet365, 9 to 2 everywhere else. And then we see dear old Swooper at 80 to 1. He's drawn in 3. Tomorrow he's got Dara Keenan riding. The time before he ran a decent race here, he's obviously a horse who relishes this track. I got a funny feeling that he's going to be in 3rd at the very least, Judge. And then we've got a nice winner. Could he do the unthinkable? Who knows, and gives us a Christmas present. But Swooper on pure form cannot be more than 10 times the price of Mr. Funky Monkey and more than 15 times the price of yours when he's got a length to make up. And he's slightly better off at the weights with some of these. So if he produces, I'm asking him to, and I love, you know this, one of my golden rules. I love horses to do something, I will say it, that they've already proved they can do.
Yeah.
Never mind this, he might do that. Swooper has done these things. We're asking him to reproduce it. Of course, he's won that before. He's beaten other horses, and he's got a line with 3 horses in this field. And I think where they finish, he's going to be bang there, Judge. So at 80 to 1, he has to be the play each way for me.
He's massive. I've got to be. There's no way he can go off 80s. He's probably be a 20 to 1 chance come the. I mean, look, I'm like you. I probably don't think he's going to be good enough. But you're only asking for it to nick 3rd. I don't think you're asking for much. So the fact he's only finished like a couple of lengths behind all of the other runners. If he finishes probably a length behind anything in this race, he could well be in the money, couldn't he? You know, they're all the same form line, all of them. And like you say, I like the Memo run where it beat it. I know it's a long time ago in Bethlehem.
Oh, yeah. I think it was in black and white, wasn't it? I think it was in black and white.
Yeah. But I mean, 80 to 1 is ridiculous, isn't it, really? I mean, and the stable's known for having an old 80 to 100 to 1 winner, the old Done It stable, aren't they? Yeah. Normally at Yarmouth.
She used to have a horse called Gone and Done It, which I think
that's it. It went and done it quite often, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, big prices. So yeah, 80 to 1. Something's got to win. Big price swooper. Take the 80s. Let's get the Holden sources. HHV the Judge Army on this,
and have a little forecast. Have a little forecast. Same formula with Man on a Mission. There's the answer.
A little forecast. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Now, Judge, Lingfield tomorrow. I am sure you have got some things for your club planned.
I will have, definitely, mate. Yeah. So I've already had a good look at the card, but I should be refining them into proper bets for my club. Well, overnight into the morning.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to have some big bets at Lingfield tomorrow. Let's pray it's on 7:30. It has been on every other time, Lingfield.
It has. It is very cold out there. I will say that right on the way.
It is cold, but the weather
about 40 minutes away, I suppose.
At last, Judge, the weather is due to break.
Yes.
And the great news is Kempton are very upbeat about the long-term forecast that they've got.
Yeah.
We should be okay for King George and Welsh National, all those things.
They're putting the long walk on as well, which is great that they've saved that.
Long walk transfer
going on to the Kempton car. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Someone with a bit of common sense for a change.
We have had a very tough week, guys, but looks like we're through it. Let's get tomorrow out of the way. Let's get a really good 4:15 at Chelmsford. Let's have a brilliant Lingfield.
I'll be back Sunday morning. Up to 55 on here, isn't it?
Yeah, and possibly the last as well.
Judge, well, we have the forecast, mate.
We'll see. Yeah, Judge and myself will be back on Monday. It might be hard to squeeze 5 from the week, but we'll have a go. So, Judge's Duels Monday, and then hopefully as we go into Christmas week, we will get some more and get some jumps racing back. So, thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up, like and share these videos, and 80 to 1 from me, and the judge is all over his selection, which is Man on a Mission. We got a judge on a mission. Have a great weekend, everybody. Stay warm. Cheers, Judge. Good luck, mate. If mine doesn't win, I hope yours does. But I hope mine wins a lot more. Be lucky.
HOLDENS. Horses.